Hey everyone, welcome to the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag, coming to you live from the J Cave once again on Wednesday night. I am joined by my good man Bill Murphy.
Hello, how we doing?
And I'm joined also by the man below us, Justin Favreau is here once again. Justin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
He's joining us for the third week in a row. We can't get rid of him.
Oh no, we cannot get rid of him. Tonight's
we were going to drive him in the middle of Pennsylvania and just come back, but we decided not to.
All right, well, anyways, listen, we have a great show for you tonight. Tonight's topic on the Super Review Show is the worst movies ever made. Bill, tell us what that all means to you, please.
You know what? There are certain movies that we that are just straight up bad. But there's a difference between bad and just, how would you describe it, Justin?
There's a so bad it's good, and then there's just so bad it's painful.
There's a spectrum of bad movies. There's the meh movies, which are they're not good, they're not bad, they're just
mediocre.
And you walk out with basically,
all that happened.
Well, it's a movie. It's not good. It's not bad. It exists.
And it costs $15.
Then there are the boring movies, that's pretty self-explanatory. The movies that you just basically freaking fall asleep during.
Preach.
Those are the movies that you're counting the dollars that you spent on movies, and by the time you reach 12, you're out.
Then you're sitting there crying, like, why? It's not a bad movie. Go, no, I missed my $12 and I spent on this crap fest.
Oh boy.
And then you have the we said the so bad they're good.
Oh yeah.
Those are the movies where it just pushes the right buttons, where it's just, you just kick up your feet, grab your popcorn, and just have a blast.
And then there's the movies that are just
the movies we're talking about today are the movies that just make you want to cry.
Actually, they may be covered on all ends of the spectrum. We'll see.
Oh no, I chose some pretty definitive stinkers.
Oh, I chose some too.
Me too.
Movies that make me want to just. Some are so bad they're good because they are actually considered some of the worst. Mm-hmm. But some I just want to lock myself in my room and cry. And then just have a nice bottle of Jameson and drown the memories away that I watched the movie. That's how bad it is. That's how bad some of these are, people. So
these movies are so bad, they want to make you sue the movie theater you saw the movie in just for giving the distribution company that theater to show their movie.
Yeah. And also, we got someone in the chat, Joe Wiley.
Joe Wiley, welcome to the chat board, my guy. It's so good to see you again.
Good meeting you last week, Joe. Hopefully next time we go to a game, it doesn't get rained out.
Yes. All right, enough chit-chat. Justin,
I'm getting down again.
Let's
get down to business.
Justin, what's your first pick?
I think we need to go with probably the most fresh pick in all of our brains, probably. Okay. This is a movie that we all thought this is going to suck from the announcement. Bill, I think you already know where I'm going with this.
Is it a movie that we saw together?
No, it is not.
Okay, let's hear it.
It is Meowch.
Cats.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on my list.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Oh, wow.
So should we talk about it when it gets to our turn, or should we all just talk about it now and get it over with?
Um,
Meow, as in cats, the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Wow.
I
Someone kill me.
I was doing some research on this movie. If you want me to pick something else, I have other picks.
I actually watched it, so.
You want me to pick something else, JT?
Whatever you want to do, it's your pick.
You know what? I'll pick something else because you all have cats as well, and
you know, when we talk about that, you can of course voice your opinion too.
yeah,
of course.
Okay.
Well then, let's do a movie that honestly I don't think you guys might have seen, or you might have seen parts of it. At least part of the vignettes that were in this movie, because this isn't really a movie. This is more of an anthology.
And what is that?
A collection of 16 shorts that honestly no one really wanted to be a part of.
And nobody wanted.
No one asked for. Like, the guy made this movie off a $6 million budget. How he did it, I have no idea what the cast he got, but actually I do have some idea. This is movie 43.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. Oh.
Yeah.
Good God.
Movie that nobody asked for, and
like I said, this movie was made off of $6 million. How was this movie made off $6 million? Well,
nobody knows.
No, it's actually well known. The director and producer of this movie played the long game with this. They would shoot around their actors' schedule. They would promise the actors, "Listen, these are short shooting schedules. It'll take 2, maybe 3 days of your time." Some people were like, "Yeah, let's do this," and other people were like, "This is not gonna be good." The other people were straight up tricked into being in this movie. Honestly, some of the shady methods used to get people to be in this movie, that made me uncomfortable a little bit. And I'm sorry, these sketches are just painful. The opening sketch is Kate Winslet going on a blind date with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, and he's got like the...
What's the joke? He has a ball sacks for a chin.
Ugh.
That's the high point of the movie. Other vignettes include Robin going on a blind date, played by Justin Long, and then Batman interrupting, like, not even putting any effort in the Batman performance, honestly. And
who was it? Who was doing the Batman performance?
I think it was Jason Sudeikis. I don't know. This movie's bad, man. I haven't seen it in probably 6 or 7 years, and what I do remember of it is just bad, and what I don't remember from it, thank God. There is a vignette where it's Chris Pratt and Anna Faris back when they were married.
Oh yeah, they were married. I forgot.
And Anna Faris's character wants Chris Pratt to poop on her during sex.
Why?
I just said that, and I'm still trying to comprehend how that could be funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's mean-spirited. It's ugly. It's the only good thing you can say about it is its cast, and the only reason why it has such a good cast is they're all unconnected vignettes. Emma Stone never interacts with Hugh Jackman. Halle Berry never interacts with Chris Pratt.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks now to when I saw the posters for this.
James Gunn had a vignette in this. He didn't even get to edit the damn thing. He just shot the thing.
He shot the thing.
Oh,
This was supposed to be the modern day Kentucky Fried Movie. But the difference is Kentucky Fried Movie had actual funny jokes. That movie theater, like 4D movie theater scene in Kentucky Fried Movie, hilarious. And the punchline at the end, my God. But
Movie 43.
this was just,
How were the other 42?
I don't know.
I can't believe this is your pick. This is a great pick, actually.
Hey,
Right?
Justin, how was the medium sketch?
It certainly it wasn't rare and certainly wasn't well done.
Muppet joke. The two old guys in the balcony.
Oh my God.
All right. So, movie 43.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Oh, Bill, you
What's
tell
your
me.
next pick?
Wait, me? Shit.
Justin, yep.
Oh wow, we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go person by person tonight.
How many we doing each?
Gonna do like 3 or 4. Doesn't matter to me.
3 or 4. Okay.
Maybe 5. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Because we got a lot of shit to talk about, literally. All right, Justin, next.
All right, guys. Well, we're not talking about cats yet, but
We'll get to that, people. We will get to
but
it.
I have another cat to take out of the bag.
And what is that?
Catwoman.
Oh.
This is on my list. Just saying.
Shit.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I'll start it off and I'll hand it off to you then.
Oh boy.
This movie was just a one giant question mark. What I mean by that is all the decisions made for this movie, you're looking at it and just asking,
Why?
why?
Agreed.
Why did you get a music video director to direct a studio superhero movie? Why did you make the villain a no-named makeup manufacturer, a cosmetic manufacturer played by Sharon Stone? Why change the name to Patience Phillips? Why all the weird cuts and why that costume?
It just doesn't look good.
Like Halle Berry, I think with a better script, better director could have killed it. But my
For sure.
God, this was just a one big why. I was debating whether I should say this movie or Batman and Robin.
Wow. That's
Ultimately-
saying something.
Ultimately, this won out, because at least I can watch Batman and Robin.
There was actually a joke on when it used to be thatguywithglasses.com, when Channel Awesome was thatguywithglasses.com. There was a review of Batman Returns with Matt Buck, aka Film Brain, and Ben the Sage, and they made this joke about the scene when the cats were all nibbling on Michelle Pfeiffer, and they're like, "God, this Catwoman origin is stupid," and then Matt Buck, Film Brain, goes, "It could be worse. It could be the actual Catwoman movie." But I have never really seen this. I may have seen bits and pieces of it, but I remember when I was young, my dad wanted to see it for one reason.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Now, come on, let's go see Halle Berry. Thanks, Dad.
I had no interest even when I was 9 when this came out? No, I was 10. I was 10. I had no interest. I was like, what is this?
What is
Is
crap?
this Batman? Is this... From what I understood of Catwoman, it looked nothing like Catwoman.
Yeah.
But this movie took years to make, though.
Oh my God.
Shame.
From what I understand, the producers just like had this on the back burner for so long, and they was just like, they just got tired of looking at it. And it was just like, you know what, just do something with this. I don't care what you do, just do something.
Just do it.
Well, they did it.
And it sucks.
And they done fucked it.
Well done, folks.
You successfully botched something.
How does it feel to successfully botch something?
You know, I have a feeling that Warner Brothers has Harvey Two-Face's coin, and they flip it every time they decide to make a movie. And whether it's good side or bad side, that decides whether it's going to be good or bad.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Justin.
Sometimes that's how I feel.
It's funny. Say it with me, folks. It's funny because
it's true.
It's true. Oh boy. Any other thoughts for Catwoman before Justin moves on? Anything else?
I think I'm good.
All right, Justin. What's your next pick, bud?
All right. I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one.
Why is it that bad?
Well, Bill, I'm glad you mentioned that crying over the $12 bit from the beginning, because that reminded me of a movie that you and your dad went to see one time.
And what was that?
It was a certain movie that, given the title, should have been epic.
Oh, epic movie.
Yeah.
Can we, hey, Justin, can we tag team this one?
Yeah.
Because I was going to talk about it, but let's tag team it.
Not 2013. 2007. Yeah.
All right, we're tag teaming this one. Ready? Tag.
Oh, God.
I'm going to help you out in a minute.
So...
Oh, my God.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, considering that one of the Zucker brothers is kind of sort of part of this team.
That's depressing to me.
Or the Zaz team. I don't remember which one, but anyways, the screenwriter is behind Spy Hard, and a script that would eventually be developed into the Scary Movie franchise. Not the actual original script of Scary Movie, but close enough where they could have their name on the IMDb. Epic Movie was the follow-up to their directorial debut of Date Movie, which is also a terrible movie, but
I love the fact that you brought this up. I'm just saying.
This movie was the day spoof movies died.
Oh, I totally agree.
Completely agree. To an extent, I have more to go on it when it's my turn.
It's uncomfortable. It's unfunny. It goes for the lowest common denominator of gags. It's perverted. It's nonsensical. Like, there's no charm to any of it. Like, Mel Brooks movies, say what you will about even the worst ones, but even the worst ones had some charm, had some wit, as irreverent as it got. And give me 1 second, guys, because I just noticed how dark it is on my screen.
Oh boy. I'll fill in for Justin for a second. This movie sucks.
Oh, beyond sucks.
It's a mega suck. It's like one of the worst. I would call this one of the worst movies ever made. I will go so far as to say that.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I 100% agree.
And I will go. Bill, I'll let you go in 1 sec. I just want to say, Justin pointed something out. I think I will go so far as to say Scary Movie 1 started a trend of this, to be completely honest.
Oh, it started the trend, but this was
the nail in the coffin.
This was the stake in the heart.
Ouch. Bill, what were you going to say?
Yeah, and I'm actually impressed that Justin remembers that I actually saw this movie when I was almost 13. I saw it with my dad.
My condolences.
God bless your soul.
Because I was in that weird phase of life. In that, I'm gonna see something so cool and edgy.
Yeah, right.
And first, 12, 13-year-old me, I'm saying, this is so funny. And then I'm like thinking, is it really? And then my dad goes, one of the worst things I've ever seen. And then thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that was pretty bad. And it's like the beginning when you have the Charlie Chocolate Factory parody.
With Crispin Glover as Willie.
And they're all like, I'm going to make the candies out of you. I'm like, what? There was one part I actually did find kind of funny. It was the Kanye West makes a cameo in the most random way possible. You all know I am not a fan of Kanye West.
You have gone on this tangent numerous times.
But they did when they were going on about the Great White Bitch. That's the character.
Mm.
They're going on, and the Great White Bitch hates black people, which was a parody of when Kanye West.
George Bush hated.
Said that about George Bush.
Black people. Yeah.
Said that about George Bush during the what was it? Hurricane Katrina. I think it was.
Katrina.
Justin?
Yeah, it was Katrina.
It was during Hurricane Katrina when he said that on like a telethon or something. And
right next to Mike Myers.
And Mike Myers is like, "What the hell?" Poor Mike Myers. But anyway.
Yeah, but honestly, they did a better joke during the Canadian elections with on the last week tonight when they did the same joke about Trudeau's opponent when Mike Myers was the Mountie, and he was like, "Oh my God, not again!" They handled it better there, I think.
But anyway, but the rest of this movie, or when they're all pausing time in the parody of Flick and the Great White Bitch, this I kind of found funny. God, I hate these effing kids. And then the wheel comes over and smashes her. But anyway, this movie is garbage. Absolute crap. But you know what? Are any of these spoof movies any good, come to think of it?
The old ones are.
Mel Brooks is still... I actually watched like an hour-long video on like the history of spoof movies last night. It went over these movies in great detail, and I'll be honest, it was hard to even look at the screen at times. Like, it was that painful to watch. Even if it was just this guy's voice over clips.
But anyway,
also of note, these movies have no involvement of the Wayans brothers from the Scary Movie franchise.
Yeah. And I just want to say for the record, that scene I was talking about, Kanye West, I just thought it was funny how it was so random, not what he was saying. I just thought it was funny how it was just out of nowhere.
That's the Stockholm Syndrome taking in.
We'll talk about that later. But anyway, yeah, this movie cuts. I wonder what the unrated cut's like.
Oh boy.
Well, probably worse.
Next time on Super Review Show, commentary on the epic movie, unrated. The unrated version. You in, JT?
Please kill me.
I second that motion.
Like, can I comment really quick on this, because I have a big. I love parody movies, I really do, but I love them before the year 2000. Like Spaceballs, Naked Gun, Airplane, Top Secret with Val Kilmer's film debut, Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah, the
Zucker Brothers. Those guys, and Mel Brooks and Blazing Saddles and stuff, and like,
oh my God,
Young Frankenstein. Like, look, those are spoof movies. This bullshit, known as the fucking whatever the fuck their fucking stupid ass fucking name is, like these stupid ass directors. Directors, like these jackass people are not. They think they're hot shit, but they're not.
Thank.
They think this guy Jason
Friedberg and Seltzer.
Seltzer.
Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer.
Your last name is Seltzer. Kill yourself. Like, I'm sorry. I really don't mean to go off on a big tangent, but holy God, they are the worst. I would go so far as to say these two are the worst writers and directors in Hollywood. They're the worst.
They also wrote Spy Hard.
Yeah. So exactly. Also, if you don't mind me saying this as well, they also directed Vampires Suck. They also directed. One day with Meet the Spartans.
Disaster
oh my God!
Movie.
Kill me. Disaster movie, date movie.
The only reason I didn't say
movie.
disaster movie is because I haven't seen disaster movie. Because why would I want to watch disaster movie when I
know.
already put myself through epic movie? I already put myself through Meet the Spartans. Why?
Look at their track record. Okay, we're going off on a tangent here, everyone. Just letting you guys know. Their track record, for those who are listening or watching to us, Spy Hard, the Rotten Tomatoes score is 8%. Scary Movie, 53%. Date Movie, 7% in Rotten Tomatoes.
Hang on, Scary Movie should not count. They did not work on the final script.
Okay, that's fair. We won't count Scary Movie. Date Movie, 7%. Epic Movie, 2%. Meet the Spartans, 2%. Disaster Movie, 1%. Vampires Suck, which is a parody of the Twilight franchise, 4%. The Starving.
Oh, wow. They got a up kick on that one.
I know. The Starving Games, 0%. Best Night Ever, 0%. Super Fast is not even on there. Rotten Tomatoes didn't even rate it. So hear me out for 1 second. Also,
wow,
hear you out for
I
2?
didn't know they didn't work on superhero movie. Okay.
Super movie was actually okay. I'll get to that in a minute. It was not great though. It was not great. But like I have to say this. They were talking, and I know this is where like when I did a Super Review Show news video for this, when the news came out that they were directing a Star Wars spoof. Because it's like look.
No.
Star Wars episode XXXIVE equals MC squared. The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi Who Went Rogue. Please kill me. The fact that they're even messing with that.
However, because of the duo's unpopularity, this has since been unknown when these will go ahead.
Thank God.
Considering they haven't made an actual movie since 2015, I think it's safe to say it's not gonna happen.
I hope it's dead. I hope that one's dead. Because like this movie, these two jackass, stupid, idiot, horrific directors / writers should not be even in Hollywood. They should be banned from making movies for the remainder of their career.
When the highest rated movie you have is Scary Movie, which is like just above average.
And even that movie, they worked on a script that would eventually be developed further by the Wayans brothers into Scary Movie. It wasn't even, they worked on the Scary Movie script there.
Like, I actually wonder what goes through their brains on a daily basis.
These people are terrible.
Like,
let's write that.
And collectively, they're known as Seltzerberg, which means that they're terrible, like, as a parody of, like, Spielberg. Yeah, right. Jesus
Christ.
God.
Let's not. I think we should move on before we give them ideas, because they're probably going to make a parody of us next.
Bill, shut up. They're not going to make a parody.
I just gave them the idea.
We have he's running away.
Honestly, there's
Justin. It's these guys suck.
They do, and honestly, the idea that they think they can make a Star Wars spoof. Okay, let me just say something right now. In this day and age, if you're going to make a Star Wars parody or spoof or whatever,
make Spaceballs too.
Even then, you need to make sure that you have something special.
Of course.
Like everything's been done. Spaceballs has been done. Family Guy Star Wars has been done. Robot Chicken's been done. It's just the search for more money.
Spaceballs 2, The Revenge of Dark Helmet. That sounds like a great title to me.
Well, we already know it's going to be called Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Oh, that's true. I'm just saying.
Merchandising.
Honestly, it should be called Spaceballs 3, The Search for Spaceballs 2.
Dude, that's even better. And they
do it. Let's do it.
And they bring Rick Moranis out of podcasting and into like actually like, oh my God, that would bring back spoof movies though. Yeah,
hey, Justin, who did you let? I'm sorry, I'm a little cross-eyed. Who'd hire him? I did, sir.
He's my cousin.
What's his name?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that, but what's his name?
That is his name. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
That's his cousin. Gunner First Class Philip Asshole.
How many assholes do we have on this ship?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
See, that's funny.
Keep firing assholes.
See, guys, that's funny. Like these, like stupid other new parodies.
Even the censored versions are funny. How many idiots are on this ship? Yo, I knew it. I'm surrounded by idiots. Keep firing, idiots.
I have something to tell you.
Funny.
Lone Star, I have something to tell you. I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Well, what does that make us?
Absolutely nothing. What you're about to be. Prepare to die.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yeah, do you think maybe we should go on to the next one because we're
I think we should because I think.
But anyway, just to sum up what Justin just said, epic movie, not epic at all. The movie was absolute garbage.
I think we could. It's safe to say that all the spoof movies we just talked about in general suck. Let's put it that way.
And this is me at 12, 13, thinking. At first, I was trying to go, look at me, I'm so cool and edgy. And I'm like, oh god, this is crap.
You're edgy.
Yeah, you're trying to lie to yourself that this is good, so you can seem cool in school when you're like referencing the jokes, and you're just like,
yeah, look at me, I'm so cool. Anyways, all right.
And I was trying, and I was trying to Phantom Menace it, basically, Justin. I was like, this was good. This was good. My dad he's just old. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then I'm trying to convince myself this was so good. And then this was garbage.
yeah.
So what do you guys think? Justin, do you have any more to go off of or no?
I do, but honestly, I think they're going to be on your lists.
On my list.
Some
Both
on
of our
yours,
lists?
some on JT's.
All right.
So I will comment as you guys go along.
Okay, so I guess I go first, huh?
Go ahead,
Yes.
Bill. Talk to me. Well, what's your next pick on the worst movies ever made?
Okay, you know what? Because I've talked about this movie before on a previous list. And so I'm just going to talk about it here, but I'm going to make this very brief.
Spider-Man 3.
Babe.
I knew it. I knew someone was going to talk about this movie.
We
I
kind
knew
of
it.
have to. We kind of have to, don't
You're
we?
tearing me apart, Billy.
I did not eat her. It's not true. It is bullshit. I did not eat her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
But The Room. Do I need to say anything less?
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Okay, I did talk about this on our when we did what was it, Guilty Pleasures?
Yeah, you guilty pleasures. Yeah.
This
I talk
movie's
about-
fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's so bad, but you can't help by not. This is not one of those so bad I want to punch something. This is one of those so bad it's good. But the movie it's crap. Wouldn't you say, Justin?
Oh, it is gorgeously refined garbage at its finest.
God bless you, Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy was
Never make another movie again.
Oh, he did. Remember?
Oh yeah, Best Frenemies. But he didn't direct that.
Was that Greg Sestero?
No, Greg Sestero produced, but it was this other guy. And it's funny because they got the main guy from Imagine Dragons to score the movie.
Dan Reynolds?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, with getting back to The Room, it's like you can tell some of the lines are like completely out of sync.
Oh my god, yeah.
What a story, Mark.
What a funny story, Mark.
And the editing, especially when they're having spiral stair sex.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, the movie's gonna look weird, especially when you decide to film simultaneously digitally and on film.
Oh, God. It is. And, of course, some of the writing doesn't make sense, especially the part when they're talking about the, when Mark is saying, I knew this girl who was with 1,000 guys, and then she got beat or something, ended up at a hospital on Guerrero Street. And then Tommy's like, what a story, Mark. So, anyway, how's your sex life?
I don't know. Anyway, how is your sex life?
But that was just so. What was he thinking when he wrote that? All right, I shouldn't ask that question.
Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
Well, do you think of that? It was like,
That's me.
Mr. Wiseau, we only have
You're
2
my
minutes.
favorite customer.
Hello, can we shoot seed in this flower shop? Okay, but we're closing in like 5 minutes. Okay, won't take that long. Let's go. Oh, hey, Johnny, I didn't know it was you.
This is on my list too.
Dozen red roses? That's me. Here you go.
This was just.
Or you know what? The scene that everybody talks about. Lisa's mom having
Oh, the cancer.
Yeah, and guess what? It's never mentioned again. Like, why does she want to? Breast cancer? What?
It's a twist.
Johnny, and if you've seen The Disaster Artist, there's that scene when they're watching it in the theater, and she's like, and it's never mentioned again. And you know what? Also, I also realized this never has no bearing on the plot.
What?
Denny's drug problem. You know what I'm talking about, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Denny's drug
You're
problem.
not my fucking mother.
Somebody gotta do something. Or remember, where's my money, Denny? Where's my money? Where's my fucking money?
The only intense scene.
That's
it's just so out of nowhere you can't help but just laugh.
And you know what the sad thing is, Justin? That's probably the best acting in the whole movie.
It is.
That's like
and it's so out of nowhere that you just can't help but laugh.
Where's my money, Daddy? I'm like, what? Okay, I bought some drugs.
It's total whiplash. Like, where did this come from?
So is everybody great? What's okay? He's doing drugs. Somebody better do something.
Oh, he just chicken.
I'm like thinking, where the hell did all? And what happens to Daddy? Does he get problems with his drug? Say it with me, folks. It's never mentioned again. So yeah, by the way, Super Review Show commentary, The Rube.
Don't you fucking dare.
Are you sure, JT? We'll do it.
No, I have like 20 more I want to do before I do The Room.
We'll bring pizza.
We will bring pizza.
It's actually part of the room tradition.
Oh, you better bring a lot of pizza then, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, we might have to Uber that night because we may have to bring some alcohol. Or we may have to crash at your place.
A drunk yeah, that's fine. Drunk commentary.
Anyway, so
anyways, The Room.
Let's move on to. I'm sure this one's going to be on other people's list. I'm sure this is going to be on other people's list. Batman and Robin.
God damn it! You literally all of your movies are on my list.
There's only so many movies you can go with when mentioning the worst movies ever made. I had to get kind of creative with some of mine.
I do have one on my list that you may not have thought of, but it's awful too. We'll get to that when I get to mine. But this is on my list too.
What do we need to say about this?
That there's a couple key things. Number one,
Bat credit card.
The bat credit card.
Credit card, you bastard!
The bat nipples.
Bat nipples. Yep.
Alicia Silverstone is pretty hot.
With a British accent.
Yeah, like British.
Definitely Liverpool.
Totally Liverpool. Oh my god. And what can we say about Mr. Freeze and his?
I'm sorry, they should have just kept it Barbara Gordon. I'm sorry.
What to the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
All right, everybody, chill.
What I never understand,
and it's weird because Arnold Schwarzenegger is canon to the Batman universe, even in the Burton movies. If you watch Batman Returns, there's a picture of Max Schreck and Arnold Schwarzenegger shaking hands.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Unless that's supposed to be Victor Freeze.
Can I go on a rant for a second? I never understood why the Robin costume they made his like logo that.
It's Nightwing.
Yeah, but like he's Robin though in the movie. The movie's called Batman and Robin.
I know. It's stupid.
Like it's Batman and Nightwing. No, it's Batman. Chris O'Donnell, man. Poor guy.
Because Batman and Nightwing no one would see.
Jeremy Johns.
Yep.
One of my influences for the Super Review Show, everyone. Jeremy Johns.
We love you, Jeremy. We think you're
awesome.
Spectacular.
We sure do. That's Batman Forever. Sorry. But also, I never understood the quick costume change at the very end, and it's like the silvery, like crazy, like, oh my god, what the hell?
Honestly, at the end of the movie, I just wanted the Joker to come out with a crowbar and just go Jason Todd on his ass.
That would have been funny. That would have made the movie better.
So out of nowhere, and everyone would be like, "What the fuck is this?" And this would be the greatest movie of all time.
It would have been the movie would have been going if only the Joker came out.
You know what's kind of disappointing? Uma Thurman is Poison Ivy.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
And of course, you know who's even worse?
Bane. I forgot Bane was in this movie. Oh.
Still think The Dark Knight Rises is that bad, JT?
No. Believe me, listen. I put The Dark Knight Rises over this movie every day of the week. Believe me.
You better, JT.
Because that Bane was at least like a serial killing deranged terrorist. This one was just a cartoon character in a full-on live-action film.
But anyway,
this is what
he's oozing juice.
And you know what? Getting back to Robin, this was him in the whole film. Okay, well, the angst in the first one you can kind of understand.
He just lost his parents,
so you can understand why he's angsty. But here's just he's a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, because Robin wants to wet his pecker.
He's like, you know what it's like, and then I'm just like, and tell me what you think about this, Justin. This may be going off task a little, but you know how like Burt Ward's Robin in the Adam West series was like 1960, very like 50s, 60-esque.
Golly, Batman.
Yeah,
he's also Batman. Supposed to be like 13.
The Robin in this one is supposed to be like the 90s, grungy, angsty teenage.
Something tells me like if Batman 5 did happen, like they would have Robin go out on his own and become Nightwing or something like that.
And then, of course, the worst Batman. Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman. George Clooney's just I'm just here. Here, I'm Batman. I'm just giving my freaking paycheck.
It pretty much was that. He thought it was a good career move then. It was not.
It's a Batman movie. He's not Batman. He's freaking George Clooney in a freaking Batman suit.
George Clooney's just one of those actors I just don't see translating to a comic book movie.
Say what you want about Val Kilmer in Batman Forever.
At least he tried.
At least you could tell he was putting in effort. Maybe some of it was unwarranted. He was trying to be Michael Keaton, but you could tell he was trying. But here, it's just Clooney in a Batman costume.
It's funny because George Clooney really is Bruce Wayne in real life. If you think about it, he's super rich.
Yeah. He was a good pick for Bruce Wayne. It's just Batman did not translate.
Yeah. His Bruce Wayne I thought was actually decent. That was like the one redeemable thing about the movie, in my opinion.
And what did
the fireside chats between him and Alfred, surprisingly heartfelt.
Yeah, not that bad, yeah. But like
everything else
was it
hot
awful.
Garbage. Or should I say cold garbage?
The whole thing is the movie is just a giant toy commercial.
It really is.
It's just a giant freaking toy commercial. And this movie is like some of it, it's kind of like The Room. You can laugh at how bad it is. Because I will say this, if you watch this movie as a Batman movie, you're going to be severely disappointed.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But if you watch it as a comedy, it's actually pretty funny. Not in a genuine funny. It's
very unintentionally funny.
Like this, we could actually do a commentary of.
This one would be an insane commentary to watch.
But, yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's It's crap. It's not dog shit. It's
bat shit.
It's bat shit.
Bad shit.
Okay,
bat
now.
bomb.
Okay, this next one. This was a movie that my dear friend Justin and I saw together.
Oh, I know what this one's gonna be.
Oh,
Is it that time again, Bill?
it is that time, my friend.
It's time for it.
Gotti.
What the hell just happened?
Our
Gotti.
most popular review.
Check it out on Movie Holics Productions.
Subscribe to them.
Fuck!
Watch me go batshit crazy.
Bill, you talked about this.
I did.
Yugoslavia, John Travolta.
This movie is like, honest to God, one of the worst mob movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, this was a movie that was. This is like Diet Godfather, or as we call, or Diet Goodfellas, or as we call in the review, Goodfellas.
Zero.
This movie is just the only saving grace in this movie is, I cannot believe I'm saying this, John Travolta is actually not that bad. What do you think, Justin? You could tell he was putting in some effort.
I'd say he was giving 45%.
You could tell he was putting in
Which-
effort. I'm not saying it was an Oscar-winning performance. Hell no. But it was just...
I honestly think he put in more effort in The Fanatic, which is a horrible movie. I don't recommend to anyone. But he commits. He shouldn't commit, but geez. Anyway, this is an easier movie to get through than Fanatic, in my opinion, mostly because of the subject matter of The Fanatic. Just pushes the wrong buttons for me. But yeah, this movie was...
Okay, for those who haven't seen it, it's basically the biography of John Gotti.
Which it shouldn't have been, because the movie rights was off of John Gotti Jr.'s story.
It's just basically his life, his death, and it's very bare boned.
Super bare bones. It's the Wikipedia article of John Gotti's life. And it doesn't put any spin on it. Positive, negative, nothing.
Like, you could tell,
just
like,
much ado about nothing.
to be fair, I think they were trying to wash their hands, like, pretty clean. To say, hey, we're not exactly praising him, but we're not exactly condemning him. So, but here's the thing. Where to begin? Am I right, Justin? Where to begin? Okay, I know exactly where to begin. The subtitles at the bottom of the page. They don't tell you where you are, but they tell you exactly
who's on screen.
They're like, hey, you see that over there? That's Paulie.
Ollie.
Hey, you see that? That's Frankie. Hey, that's Jimmy Boy. And at first, it's only for the first half hour, and then they calm it down. And
But they don't get rid of it entirely until like the halfway point.
And then Justin's favorite part, the music supervisor.
Pitbull.
Now, there's a scene when they're having like a 4th of July party. It's set in like the 80s.
And what's playing? Fireball.
By Pitbull. Fireball!
You two crack me up. You know that, right?
Hey, this is why you have us here.
Totally
Exactly.
unscripted.
Totally unscripted, totally
You know what?
unprepared.
Speaking of Fireball, I want to open a bar one day, and when somebody orders,
Actually, that reminds me.
oh no.
All right, so
But anyway, we'll get to our rest of our criticism. But anyway, I want to just open a bar one day when somebody orders Fireball. I'm just gonna blare Fireball, do 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 do. But anyway,
you have quite the imagination, my friend Bill.
Okay. Anyway, what I was saying. Oh God, he's got it. He's got it.
I'm kind of scared now.
But anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
But anyway, yeah. So they're playing that, and then here was the thing: the story structure. The story structure is absolutely god awful. Like the movie begins with John Travolta as John Gotti. The movie begins with John Travolta as John Gotti.
Yeah.
With him saying, New York, it's the greatest city on earth. You're either going to live here or you're going to die here. I did both.
By the way, not actually shot in New York.
Where was it shot?
Cincinnati.
Damn it, Cincinnati.
Because of a tax credit.
I no offense to the great people of Cincinnati, but
shout out.
And to the great state of Ohio. But anyway, Gotti, and then he's like, yeah, and like the whole framing device is John Gotti Jr. is talking to John Gotti like shortly before he dies.
Which was the whole point of the movie being made, because that's the story that got sold to make the movie.
Was just, this is maybe the last time I ever see you. And he's like telling the whole thing. And then Gotti finally dies. And then you know what happens?
What?
Gotti continues narrating from beyond the grave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he talks about John Gotti's Jr., his run-ins with the law, and a lot of the problems that happened after John Gotti Sr. passed away.
And also this was distributed by MoviePass.
MoviePass. Have you ever heard of MoviePass, JT?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, we both had it for a while.
Yep.
And then it turned out the whole thing was a giant scam.
Preach.
And so we deleted it.
Good for you.
But anyway, this movie is just, and you know, he's narrating from beyond the grave. I'm like, okay, who wrote the freaking script and who edited this? I'm like, this is stupid. This is freaking stupid. This whole movie is ridiculous. This is like the more toned down version of the rant I did on Movieholics. You want to go see the full out rant? Go watch it. It's garbage. This movie is absolutely garbage, and that's not even with the controversy, Justin.
Oh, the whole Rotten Tomatoes thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when the movie got released, the marketing team of the movie had a pretty aggressive campaign against the critics. It's got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's get that out of the way right now. 0. A goose egg. Forget about it. That's a critic consensus. Literally, it's forget about it. Heavy campaign. They were like praising the audience score of the movie, which was at like 80-something%, when it turns out that a lot of those reviews were faked to boost their score. This was just, I didn't even want to see this movie out of principle. I got dragged to this movie. Bill!
What principle? Because of critics?
No, because this movie was attacking critics and trying to manipulate its numbers.
But anyway, then what did Dan Merle from Stream Junkies? He
he got into a Twitter war with the marketing team for Gotti.
And then when Rotten Tomatoes looked at the accounts, like, yeah, these are real. And the marketing team was like, you owe us an apology.
Oh my God, they're assholes.
They're basically, critics hate it, fans love it. Which side you gonna be on? But there's another reason why it had a 0% critic score.
Because it sucked?
No, because they didn't even have a critic screening.
Oh yeah, that ruffled a lot of feathers. And this movie was in development hell for a long time. Barry Levinson was attached to direct at one point. Al Pacino was supposed to be in the movie at one point. Joe Pesci was supposed to have a huge role in the movie at one point, even gained like 30 pounds for it. And when they changed his role, he dropped out and sued. This movie was just a mess. This was another one of those movies like Cat One where Stu was like, just do something with this, please. They gave it to the guy who played Turtle on Entourage.
E.
Ah. Anyways, they gave it to, his name was Kevin Connolly.
Connolly, yes.
And this
is what we got.
This got awful. It's gotta awful.
It's gotta be awful.
Oh, it's more than gotta be awful. It's awful. But anyway, Gotti, just forget about it.
Forget about it.
Okay, is it time? As the time has come for you know what? Or are we going to hold off on that for a little longer?
I'm kind of scared.
Is it time?
Meow.
Is it time, folks?
I still have a couple. I have like 2 movies to go, but we can talk about cats now if you want.
You guys want to talk about cats now? Oh, don't put anything in yet. Do you guys want to talk about cats now? Or should we get to JT's other 2 and then we can wrap it up with that? What do you think, Justin?
Bill reminded me of a movie. That's why I was thinking about it. So,
if it's fresh in JT's mind, then let's go for it.
Okay.
The
Cats will be our grand finale. How does that sound, guys?
The Transporter Refueled.
I have not seen any of the Transporter movies.
Okay, just bear with me for 1 second, all right?
We'll bear with you for 2.
This was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and it was my first time seeing a Transporter movie. Hear me out for a second. They did okay. Look, first off, I tried. It was like literally worse than like City of Ember, or whatever the fuck it was called. I forget what it was called. Like Mortal Instruments. It was worse than that. So I saw this on. Actually, I wanted to see just to check it out because at the time I heard something about this movie that I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So hear me out for a second. There was. The movie was terrible to begin with, but there was a scene in this movie that I could not believe what I was even watching. And Bill reminded me of it by talking about Gotti. Believe it or not. There's a scene in this movie where I'm full exposure. Anyone who's listening to this or watching this, I don't care. I'm spoiling the hell out of this movie for you. Hear me out for a second. This movie, there's a scene in this movie where there's a bunch of mob guys, right? And they go into the club, right? And they kill all these people, right? The very next scene in the movie on the script is them 20 years in the future. And they did a flashback scene to the scene we just saw in the theater. What the fuck are you doing with your editing skills? That's not how you edit a goddamn spy movie. Like, I could not believe what I was watching. I literally gave this movie a 2. Like, I can't, literally, Justin, as an editor, as someone who made a documentary film, as someone who made and edited the hell out of a movie, basically, on his own spare time, I was embarrassed by this. This was a disgrace to humanity. I could not believe what I was seeing when I saw this scene. Literally, they did a flashback scene to the scene you just saw. I'm not making this up. You have to see this. It's so amateur. It's so shitty. It's so stupid. I'm getting angry now. I have to calm down. I hate this thing so much. It was one of the worst movies I've seen in the past 5 years.
JT, relax.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to go off, but holy crap. Literally, I literally gave the movie a 2 because of that one scene. Literally, there's a scene in the movie where they do a flashback scene to the scene you saw just 5 minutes beforehand. Talk about fucking amateur. For real. And the only slight redeemable thing about this movie was Ray Stevenson, from the guy who plays in the Thor movies or whatever. He was great. But he was the only redeemable thing about this movie. I am so depressed now. I don't want to talk about this movie. Let's talk about cats. But just hear me out. Hear me out. This movie, I could not believe what I was seeing. I'm talking about and see how stupid it is. You might want to see it just to get your own opinion of it. But the transporter refueled in it, this movie was awful. But because of the one scene I just mentioned, I highly recommend. If you think it's kind of like The Room, if you want to see it, say you saw it, go for it. But if you want to see the transporter refueled because of this one scene, I do recommend you see this one scene in this movie. But you have to see the whole movie. So it's I couldn't believe what I was watching. It's literally, I could edit better than this. Justin, as a screenwriter, would you write a screenplay with a scene that does a flashback to the scene we just saw?
He's not just a screenwriter. He directed a movie too.
Okay, you see my point. Answer my question. How do you do that? Oh, God,
I wouldn't do that unless I was highlighting something that was not shown on the screen.
Literally, it's the same actors and everything 20 years later in a club, but they do a flashback sequence to the scene you just saw.
Yeah, no.
That's garbage, in my opinion. Garbage. Not even my opinion, it's just a fact. So, anyways, transporter refuel, I had to mention that because Bill brought up some sort of scene. I forget what you said exactly, but you reminded me of that. I had to bring that up. I have one more pick. I actually 2 more, if that's okay. And then we could crap on cats all we want.
Oh, we can't wait to crap on cats. But what is your other 2, my friend?
Dad, thanks so much for watching.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
My dad happened to mention this movie to me. I have never seen this movie, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But
we will put you on our sandwiches. It's payback time.
Let's just be real. What the hell was Hollywood thinking when you make Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Okay, somebody was smoking, weren't they?
Is this even real? Sadly it is. But
it is real.
What the hell was they thinking? There was a franchise out of this?
Yeah. There was a animated series too.
Oh my God. 3 sequels?
Nice an animated series.
Kill me now. This is a solid 1 out of 10.
This is a cult film, dude.
I can't. I see that now. We're on Wikipedia.
It's a cult classic, my guy.
I know, but really?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Jesus Christ. But let's be real. Let's be real. This idea is terrible. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? What are we What?
It gave us George Clooney.
Fair point. It gave us George Clooney. But still.
Clooney a lot tonight. George Clooney, if you're watching this, we apologize.
Shout out to George Clooney. We love him, but at the same time,
we think you're awesome. But
it's a movie that you can't take seriously on, or else, you're going to have that reaction.
Just
kind of
like
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I was going to say that too, but I don't want to talk about that. But this is just awful. Oh my God! Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I hear it's very, very funny.
Oh, God. May God help us all.
I mean, the people who are listening and watching us, bear with your soul. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And it's a musical comedy. Okay, we got to move on. There's one more I want to talk about. We're not even finishing this discussion. All right, hear me out. This is more like up our alley, if you will, up our time. Son of the Mask.
Oh no!
Oh, God!
Oh my God!
Oh, God! No!
I'm sure I picked out a good one for you guys, right? Do you remember this now? Do you remember how bad this was?
I do remember this. And
this is the first
this movie. This is the crappiest piece of crap in Crapsville.
Ooh, in Crapsville?
This movie.
And that's a direct quote from the movie.
Is scary.
Yes.
It's actually frightening to look at.
Which is funny considering the source material is also frightening, but for way different reasons.
Yeah, the Mask comics themselves are actually very dark.
Yes.
Let's be real. Let's be real for 1 second. How bad is this movie? Let's be real.
It's god awful.
It has a 6 on Rotten Tomatoes, a 2.2 out of 10 on IMDb. And the fact that 51% of people like the movie is actually kind of scary. The budget was $84 million. What the heck? Oh my God. So listen, this, my friends, which is worse? Cats or Son of the Mask? Let's be real.
I haven't seen Son of the Mask in a while, so
is there a third option?
No, just
Last
between the
Airbender,
two.
Maybe.
Oh, we forgot all about that. We can talk about that in a second too.
Yeah,
but
we'll
any comments for the Son of the Mask, really quick or no?
No, not really. I've never.
This movie, the trailers scared the shit out of me. The moment where the baby turned into a balloon head scared the living hell out of me as a child.
Yeah, that.
Oh my God.
That looks awful.
Yes.
That's actually scary.
Right?
A balloon head. We'll get the cats in a second, but like, any other thoughts on the Son of the Mask? Anyone?
Not really.
Tragically horrible.
It's horrible. It's Jamie Kennedy is bad in the movie, and he thinks all the critics are to blame for the bad performance. When no, you look like you're literally wearing a Halloween mask instead of the mask. Like, look at Jamie Kennedy with the mask on. His hair looks like plastic.
It really does. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Just saying.
Whoops, sorry, JT, you're not sleeping this evening.
Thank you, Bill.
Half the time the baby doesn't even look real.
The baby probably wasn't real.
Probably wasn't.
I have like the weirdest memories of this movie. I don't even know why.
The whole movie just plays out like one giant fever dream.
Yeah.
Obsessed with wide angle lenses and trying to turn a movie theater into a public bathroom.
Because it's so full of shit.
Actually, it makes all the kids shit themselves.
I am not going back to this. Let's move on. I'm actually getting afraid. Last Airbender. Well, one more before Cats. I promise everyone. All right, one more before Cats. Last Airbender movie. Oh boy!
When you talk about movies that should not have been made,
M. Night Shyamalan
on the top of
weird
the
plot
list.
twist.
What's the twist in this movie? It sucks.
What's the twist?
The twist is
It sucks.
making a season of television into an hour-and-a-half movie is a bad idea. That's the fucking twist.
Bad, Shyamalan. Bad. Damn it, Shyamalan.
What went wrong with the live action movie?
Whitewashing, bad special effects.
They literally released it on July 2nd.
Well,
Just
movie,
what
all
an
we gotta say is
acting.
happy 1 week late 14-year anniversary.
I mean,
And cramming enough plot to fill the Lord of the Rings into an hour and a half.
oh God, I'm not an Airbender guy, but like this just still. I remember the coming
I
attraction.
watched the whole show.
I was listen the coming attractions for this movie. I was like, what the hell am I watching?
Oh, I was excited.
Then it sucked.
The first trailer actually didn't look bad. The first trailer kind of made it look exciting.
And
It
you're all,
was a teaser
this could be
filmed
good.
specifically to sell tickets.
Oh,
Tickets.
hate to see it.
It is.
This was just disappointing.
This was
Well, that you thought this was crap. Let's talk about some cats. All right.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Let us pause in prayer that this movie, talking about this film, does not kill us. Let us pray. And there we go. Okay. Have you seen this, JT?
No, and I don't want to.
Since I'm the only one who's actually seen the movie.
Oh no.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou.
Oh wow,
among
he's
women.
actually praying.
Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen,
Rant.
you know what we present to you? A movie that nobody asked for and no one wanted. Justin! Guess what time it is?
It's time for Garrett!
I saw like more than half of this movie, so I think I'm qualified to speak about this. This movie is crap! Absolute freaking crap! And that's being too nice. The CGI, it's creepy. It's fucking creepy. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Do I have to?
Look at it.
I'm.
Meow. Ugh. You know what I actually heard? My dad actually saw an interview with Taylor Swift on like the news or something. They actually had to take classes in how to act like a cat.
Yeah, I read that on Wikipedia.
Well, that's a waste of money, isn't it?
Well, they had to justify $100 million somehow.
All right, here's $100 million. Here's $100 million.
Oh my god!
Well, that's $100 million they're never getting back, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know what? Tom Hooper can make good movies.
Notice how that this is the only one that involves CGI.
This is Taylor Swift. I'll talk about that in a second. Don't worry. But
That's the show.
no, because I got a comparison, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, this Taylor Swift, who plays Victoria, I'm like, why the hell did they get her in this movie?
Because she's Taylor Swift.
And no disrespect to Taylor Swift, but
It's like, why did they get anyone in this movie to be in this movie?
it's like
Because
Jason Derulo
to sell
to be
tickets.
what was it? Rum Tum. James Corden. Even some of the people, Judi freaking Dench. Who and Ian freaking McKellen. And also, okay, this movie has one saving grace. Jennifer Hudson's version of Memory is pretty good. I will give the movie that. But the thing is, they have all these people. You know what? They're playing a little game in this movie. You know what that game is called, Justin and JT?
What?
Let's see how many careers we can ruin.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're trying to play. Let's see how many careers we can ruin.
Well, let's see. Dame Judi Dench and Ian McKellen are both old, so they probably don't care what movies they're in as long as they're having fun.
Rebel Wilson is just,
Yeah.
Rebel
James Corden,
please, Rebel, go call Anna Kendrick and do another Pitch Perfect movie.
Wow.
Maybe that'll save everything. Maybe that'll save your career.
Ouch, you're going down that rabbit hole. Oof.
What rabbit hole?
You'd rather watch a Pitch Perfect sequel than this.
Do you blame me?
Nope.
And Jason Derulo, who's trying to stay relevant. Dude, 2012 called. You're not relevant anymore, pal.
Oh!
You know what I'm expecting him to get on before? Go, Jason Derulo. If he did that, somebody should just get their...
Someone should just get fired.
Someone should just get absolutely fired. And you know
Fired.
what? Andrew Lloyd Webber. Baron Andrew Lloyd Webber. That's even higher than Sir.
Damn.
In British knighthood. Baron is higher than Sir.
Yes, it is.
Has said that this movie was ridiculous.
And he worked on the movie.
Yeah, and you know what? Because here's what happened. You know what Cats is? It's a show about
cats.
Okay, yeah, but you know what the plot is?
They're dead.
Nothing. The plot is nothing. Because here's why. The Andrew Lloyd Webber was a childhood fan of this book of collections of poems by T.S. Eliot. And he started writing songs about them from them. And T.S. Eliot's widow liked them. And then he said, hey, I want to make a whole musical out of them. And they said, okay. But T.S. Eliot's estate said that you cannot add anything. And all the songs have to be strictly from the poems. You can't add any plot either. So you just made a musical of a movie about nothing. Congratulations, Tom Hooper. Who the hell?
This movie should not have been made. It was completely misconceived. And Tom Hooper was a very poor choice of director in this. And I'll explain why.
Go.
Tom Hooper had no experience with visual effects. And it showed with this movie. It showed with how he treated the VFX team. He was asking for these insane renders under an incredibly unreasonable time period. And it's no wonder we got the movie that we did, because he had no idea what he was doing. He didn't know how to shoot for VFX teams. He didn't know how the process of rendering works. He treated the VFX team very poorly, from what I heard. And yeah, this movie is just bad.
Yeah, and you wanted to know something? When it was saying the thing from the show, you know what? Because here's what I think. For those, most of the people who watch this are younger than Justin and I. If you remember, Justin, on the VHS to Barney's Great Adventure, you know where I'm going with this. Yeah, so it's 1998. I'm 4 years old. I'm getting ready to watch Barney's Great Adventure. I'm just here innocently getting ready to watch an adventure with my favorite purple singing dinosaur. And then came on the coming attraction for a 1998 London production of Cats. And it scared the ever-loving shit out of me. And looking at the CGI now, that creeps me out even more. JT, I think we've been hijacking the conversation. You have anything to say on this matter?
It sucked. It will always suck. It forever will suck. End of discussion.
Meeting adjourned.
Hey,
Bring out the dancing lobsters.
Hey, Justin,
bring out your dad.
Hey, Justin, remember when I was about to watch this and I texted you? I was like, I texted you, Justin, please pray for me. I'm about to watch Cats. And you're like, Bill, no, you have so much to live for. You're young. Don't do it. And then I posted on Facebook. I'm like, watching Cats. And I put, because I love to torture myself.
Should have wrote, well, there's one of your 9 lives gone down the shitter.
Like I said, I couldn't even get through the whole thing. I made it like maybe a little more than halfway through. I'm like, I'm done. I can't. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done. I quit. I can't watch this shit show anymore. Screw you, Top Hooper. And screw you. What was this, Universal?
I don't even know.
I think so.
And screw you, Universal. And screw you, Andrew Lloyd Webber, for thinking this was a good idea. Oh boy. You know what? And I made this joke in my In the Heights review on our Movie Holics channel. How there's good movie musicals coming out this year. We just had In the Heights. We're gonna have
West Side Story
and Dear Evan Hansen. Like, maybe this was our reward for getting through Cats.
I'm dead.
Maybe this is our review for getting through Cats. Hey, look, it's on Hulu. JT, you have Hulu? You want to watch it?
No. Based on all the descriptions we just described as, I'm out, dude. I'm out.
So, yeah. The short version, Cats sucks.
Yes.
No, that's being too nice. It beyond sucks.
It mega sucks.
It ultra sucks.
It sucks so much. Well, anyway, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Any other movies, guys, before we wrap it up for the night?
Well, this is one movie. I haven't really watched it, but I heard of it. And you know what I've heard, folks?
What?
I heard it's even worse than Cats.
That's a tall order to go off of, but go on.
It's this movie. It's called Music.
Oh. I know this. I know about this movie.
Care to help me out?
This one?
I haven't seen this movie, but I know of it.
With Kate Hudson?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm kind of scared now.
From what I haven't watched it, but from what I've heard, again, some people are saying it's even worse than Cats. The movie is about a drug dealer who takes in her autistic half sister, who was under the care of her grandmother, who passed away. And here's what it's gotten fried for. It has gotten fried for the depiction of someone with autism.
Yep.
And it was portrayed by a neurotypical person.
Which is turning into a bad thing.
Listen, I've talked about this before. I'm not going to sit here and give a whole TED talk on this. I think as long as it's portrayed with dignity, I think it's fine. But here, again, I haven't seen the movie. But
from what I hear, it does not portray with dignity. So,
and you know
it's
what?
justified here.
And she was criticized for it. And rightfully so. And then Sia went on a huge rant about it, saying, well, I had people with special needs, but I didn't cast them as prostitutes and drug dealers. Low bar, pal. Really low bar. Isn't that a low bar, Justin?
Good for you, Sia. You didn't cast autistic people as assholes. Good for you.
And he goes, I cast them as doctors and all that, which, okay, well, meaning, but this is what, again, I haven't seen this movie and I have no plans on seeing this movie. But again, I heard this movie is freaking worse than Cats because the way you portray people with autism, and I am speaking as a person on the autism spectrum, it is disgusting. And like, listen, I know the show The Good Doctor has had some criticism, but at least Freddie Highmore doesn't play Sean as a parody of someone with autism. This is gross. This is straight up gross. Like I said, I can't really say too much about it because I haven't seen it. But when I heard how it treats people with autism,
yeah,
this movie seriously.
This is one of those movies again that I'm staying away from more out of principle.
Yeah, me too. On principle, I will refuse to watch this movie. I will not watch this movie out of principle.
You will never see a review of this movie on our channel.
Same here.
Nope. So
it's on our blacklist.
It's on the blacklist.
We will not be giving this movie any form of attention, aside from what we're saying here.
I will never watch it. I will never review it. So if you want to see a review of this, then guess what? Don't hold your breath.
It's not coming.
It's not happening. You have a better chance of me becoming president than that happening.
If you want to give us $1 million each,
we'll talk about it.
Then there's something to talk about.
Actually, no. $2 million
each.
No, you know what? 10 million. 10 million each. That's how much.
Yeah. You drive a hard bargain there, buddy.
Oh, God. I hope Jeff Bezos isn't watching this. Because he'll probably give us the money.
He's our number one fan.
Hi, Mr. Bezos.
What would you do for $10 million, Bill?
Please don't tear down my house and turn it into an Amazon warehouse, please. But anyway, yeah, this movie sucks. And I haven't even watched it, and I never will. Can you see why this is worse than Cats now, Justin?
I can see how this is a movie we don't want to give attention to.
So you know what? We're just not going to give attention to it. And what we said tonight will be the first and last time we ever talk about this movie.
Yep.
We're not reviewing it. And unless we're getting $10 million each, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And nobody started a GoFundMe page for that. Huh. Where's JT?
Ruh-roh.
Oh, God. This is weird, isn't it?
Okay. We're still live.
We are live. So maybe we should we wrap this up or should we wait for him to come back?
Well, now that he's gone.
Zoom kicked him off. He'll be back. And he asked us to keep talking.
Okay, well, while he's gone, this is a good opportunity for you to give your plug.
Don't forget to watch my podcast. Listen to my podcast, Sports Insanity Podcast. It is available on all platforms. Check us out. We are awesome.
And JT's not even here to stop you.
Freedom! You know, I feel bad that this is the movie. This is the time we talked about the worst movies ever made, but I actually quoted a really good movie. He'll be back. Okay, we'll
wait.
Oh, JT, we're waiting for you. Don't worry, JT. I gave my plug when you were off.
Fucking Zoom. Anyways, guys.
Don't worry, I gave my plug when you were off. So
thank you so much. You're a big help. And I'm terribly sorry about that, everyone for who was watching and listening, and we cut out for a second, but that's okay. Things are getting crazy right here. I want to thank the two gentlemen for joining me tonight, as always. Bill Murphy and Justin Fowler.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
You guys are amazing. It was a nice night just to crap on a bunch of crappy movies. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is wonderful just to crap on crap.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Well, anyways, I think, guys, I'm sure Bill already plugged this podcast or something like that. So
if you want another plug.
Nah, that's all right. You're good. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. You guys are the best. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram account now, simply at The Super Review Show.
We're moving up in the world.
We are moving up in the world. Movieholics, get on it. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for watching. You guys are amazing. We'll see you guys next time.
And sorry to Matt Damon, we ran out of time.